So here we are at day 3 of the 2012 Agile Games Conference. We're now in open space, as you might hear some of the background behind us going on. And basically, what we've been doing is kind of continuing our exploration of serious play and engagement, and how that fits into both kind of agile software development as well as kind of the workplace, on a higher level. We've had several different sessions, as you can hear in the background, where we have the language hunters talking about learning models that they're actually using to save dying languages, and how that also applies to accelerated learning and just kind of skill acquisition. We have a couple other sessions going on, working through different retrospective and debriefing exercises. Actually, we just came out of one where we're talking about how to deal with the organizational change and getting buy-in on the higher levels. And what was really fascinating was how it kind of became clear that not only do the people perhaps at this conference who might be kind of individual contributors or line managers have certain notions about what the problem is, namely not them, but that when we start to talk about empathy and role-playing and thinking about the people that they might be feeling need to be fixed, that they have a similar perspective, that indeed the problem lies with perhaps the people here, and kind of what that type of situation would look like and how to actually have an authentic conversation, and perhaps exploring how games and play and different scenarios might fit into that model. So overall, it has been a phenomenal conference once again. We've been very, very happy. Like I said, on a personal note, I have to say, as one of the organizers, it's just always great seeing it come together and seeing all the volunteers kind of make the job easy for me. So if there are volunteers out there, thank you very much for helping to make this a great conference. I think the other thing that just continues to amaze us and make this an excellent experience is the quality and the caliber of the people that we get, where we have independent coaches. I think we have a couple people from Europe, one person in from India, who really want to learn more, to share their craft, as well as managers from companies, local practitioners, and kind of everything you can imagine in between. It's just made a wonderful mix of people again.
My name is John Martin. I'm a consultant with Rally. I coach and write software, and I'm based in Northern California, up in the mountains, in a town called Nevada City. Session on games that we can play in a retrospective. We've been running a podcast so we can start incubating games in a safe environment before we actually expose teams to them. So the podcast has shown us also how to do them distributed, whether tools work or not. So during the session, we took a couple of these games that we've been using and played them to demonstrate them. 2 of them were games that we have actually used with customers, and one was a new game that we've done in the podcast, and I still wanted to refine a little bit. So we got a lot out of the session in terms of feedback of what it worked with people sitting around tables, and the timings especially. And the great thing about this conference is it's an opportunity to play things again in a safe environment and get feedback so that we can really work on the tinkering of the timings and things that are not quite right. Or if we're getting, especially some of these games, sometimes we get a different learning out of them than we were expecting, which is probably okay, but if we were trying to really get to a point and a game does something else, then we want to repurpose the game and figure out what the mechanics have changed. And this is an awesome opportunity.
I love to play. And basically I came here to figure out different ways that I can make work more fun, and I just have to say how inspired I am, how much I've learned, and how thought-provoking, and I'm just absolutely amazed at how many new ideas the open space has come up with, and I just feel so blessed to have been working with all these wonderful people, and it's one of the best decisions I've made, because life is great and I love to play. So let's make great games that can bring a much more positive impact into the workplace. And I love Agile, and I think Agile is a great vehicle to make this happen. Thank you. Agile Games 2012. Woo!
My name is Gloria Shepherdson. I'm the assistant product owner for this year's event. The keynote yesterday, Tiagi, was amazing, absolutely amazing. We had a lot of things going on, getting things going, from making the conference work. It's from the volunteering part of it and getting everybody going, and having some struggles there. And then sitting in his keynote and having him talk about, you only learn through struggle. It was like, beep, beep, beep. All these little light bulbs went off. I could see all these different things that had occurred, and how I had been mulling them over and learning from them and seeing how to resolve it with people and making sure everybody's taken care of and okay, as well as myself, and you know that the conference still goes on and it works in a great way. So it was really great because I had sort of had that there, and then he said that it was about the struggles when you learn the learning, and I was like, yeah, because if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have got that experience. It was really wonderful to see that, and I continued to see that throughout the rest of the day, and it just sort of raises my awareness level up a bit to look for those opportunities.